Alrighty, guys, it is 3:30 this Thursday, April 2nd, and we are just holding on to our gains right now after a little spectacular little rally we have. Reversal rally, right back up again. I thought this morning that we had we were in a pretty crappy spot. Here all overnight has been to the downside. We were down here below support, below the 65.20s, and it wasn't looking pretty. So we started from the short side of the market, looking to sell strength, rotations up. The About that 65, between the 65 and 60, 50s up to the 80s here are the last the key resistance areas. If they're going to take those out, we would change our bias, and they did. Look at that. They took that out, and with a vengeance. That was crazy stuff happening this morning. So betting it from the short side, it didn't work too good. They kind of turned it around, and we saw a little rocket rally going on. And as you can tell, we are holding the highs right now. So definitely staying on the long side going into the overnight. Range bound, bias is still to the upside. Potential move coming in the morning. We will see. Tomorrow morning, we don't have any markets. It's early close. They're pretty much just open over the employment situation number at 8:30, and then they close like 45 minutes later. So very short day tomorrow, just to get the number in, and that's it. So I'm not going to open the room tomorrow. I'm just going to leave it at that. See you guys back on Monday. But right now, I would just start this range bound with a bias to the upside. I'm going to adjust the edges. New edge down here is going to be at the 65.90s. There's going to be something here in the middle about 65.70 and 80s. And then let's see how far they can take it from there. So you start backing down below the 80s. I would say below the 65.90s and the 65.70s, 75s, around about there. I think we maybe had to shift our bias. But right now, staying on the long side of this just to get started. I had a few trades today, 4 trades on the ES. I started off trading it from the short side of the market per the analysis, per my conviction, and immediately ended up with a few losses. They did not work out very well. And the stuff I had going in the morning, since I'm recording this, I'm watching the recording. Oops, hang on, let's see where I'm at in that one. Here was the morning stuff going on. 57. There it was. There it was. So we were down here. We were heading lower, 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 lower. And then we had one. And eventually you're going to get caught in the move to the upside. And I was waiting for this one. So they started, okay, back up to the tablet. And a nice stall. Perfect spot to get short. I tried a short trade. And these freaking guys high-ticked me out of that thing. I was down 30 bucks on that one. Since then, I didn't do much. Just kind of watching the market in the morning. You can see this one, at least on the ES, and this one took off the rocket to the upside. So I didn't do much with it until later. After this little big pop here on the upside, on the way down, I took a couple of trades, trading the channel here, a long trade. After they took out that channel and short, I made a small winner, so I'm back to $5 on this one. So I made that $35 back. I didn't do anything since then. And the Nasdaq, I took a couple of more trades, and that was on the same spot there, trying to get short early on in the morning. And on the way up here, tried two on them, and that was pretty much after they started trading higher, start heading lower, got short, and immediately ran against me. Tried it again, same exact freaking setup, and then just got me again. So twice, two losers. I was down like 90 bucks on the Nasdaq. Then I changed the dynamics up a little bit and got short on the new high. And then so better trade location, a little bit more aggressive, and got me back into the $30 range. Then I tried a couple of trades after that. One trade after that. That was a long trade here. Then when it had its mean pullback, and that was good for another like $25 or so, $30. No, $35 because I'm up 450 now on 4 contracts. So I'm back in the green on both of them, and I decided I'm not going to be cuter than that. So haven't done any more trading since. But you can see we've pretty much been trading in a range back and forth. Hasn't been in an obvious channel. It's been pretty wide. So trying to get long on the lower end or get short on the upper end has been difficult, but doable. Difficult but doable. I haven't been too aggressive. I tried that trade on the ES, and you saw that thing. That was that first trade. This guy right there. I got long right at the lower end of the channel, and you can see here how they took it from that guy, 66.07, all the way down here to 65.97. So 10, 12 points against me. I had to fade some heat on that one. I repaired it once and I got out early on that one, but that could have been an odd. Yes, a few more ticks and I would have been in the hole for like $100 or something. That was sucked. That sucked. So at that point, I figured like, well, and then I tried a short trade after that, thinking that they're going to try to take it lower. So that's about it. Channel is still back, right back again. They couldn't take it lower, so right back up here. They're trading right at that midpoint at value right now. So I wouldn't be too aggressive on doing anything right now. I think they're just going to stay like this going into the close. So starting off range bound. So far, we managed to make back about $120 into a $10 winner, and that's about it. I stopped there. On the bonds, we had a spectacular rally on the bonds. They ran it higher, repriced to the upside in a big way. So these guys right back up here again. After they took out the 1316s, we shifted our bias. And as I said earlier on, I was too chicken to take that long trade. I didn't quite believe it. So, but you see how they freaking guys running right up here. That would have been a beautiful trade, but you kind of had to buy the high. Very uncomfortable trade on the bonds since most of the time they fail and start retracing. So very very unusual to see it move like that. But that was a repricing right back up here, and then since then they haven't gone anywhere. That's going sideways. Very common when that happens. So no trades on the bonds, but I would stay on the long side on the bonds and see if how they can take it. They can retrace further. And then finally on the cryptos, I haven't done any trading late now. I traded oil back and forth a little bit, so I'm down like 470 on oil today. I had one big loser early on in the morning. Was that the market was trading going ahead? So a few trades, yeah. I think it was this guy right there. I got short, thinking they were retracing further, and turned out they ran right back up and got me out. I tried a few trades back and forth. I mean, trading it more to to see them verify, try to verify the integration more than trying to be too focused on making money on it. But they're not going to throw away the money either. So I'm trying to get decent trades given the lack of information I'm pulling out on. So down a little bit on those, but so far I'm pretty close to releasing this thing. So I don't have a Coinbase account yet. We'll get one. So hopefully after the weekend I'm going to make this available for a general release. And then we'll fix issues as they come up. But I think I've put on enough trades not to see that there's no obvious issues right now. At least there's always potential issues. You just don't know until you get a little bit more wider usage. So, but nothing super obvious. All right, back to the ES and Nasdaq, and as I said, we have employment situation come out early tomorrow, and that's going to be and then it'll be pretty close after that. So not going to open the room tomorrow. If you trade it, good luck. Trade with a lot of caution. Don't get caught in a trade because the market closes early. You don't want to get caught in it. Alrighty, guys, we leave it there, and I'll see you back at bright and early on Monday. All right, guys, you have a great weekend. Good Easter, and I'll see you back on Monday. Later.